Well, we're recording now, so go for it.
Oh, okay. Um, I don't have a catchy intro this time. Rhino tank mains and bird
You.
people FPSs, or not FPSs, DPSs.
Yup.
Welcome to the StarCrossed Raiders. I
Yee.
am I haven't played the game Johnny, and with me as always is the I put 100 hours into it, Baron J67. How's it going,
Okay.
my
You know what? It's actually going pretty good. Let me see how many hours I put into it. I gotta check.
triple digits?
Is it triple digits already?
Probably.
Oh, oh Lord. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was playing the heck out of Ruin Raiders. I put in 6 hours, but that's actually quite a bit for a game that I got yesterday. I think they gave us the codes like yesterday. Um, I Hey folks, it's Baron J67. Crazy enough, let's just recap on the fact that this is the 30th episode within level one.
That's right. We've didn't we surpassed our legacy series, right?
Oh yeah, we definitely trumped all over the predecessor.
Be sure
Um,
to go check those out though, because those are still good episodes.
Heck yeah, it's solid gold, evergreen content. But what's so crazy is like just the thought that there's over like 30 hours of us just talking about games and people listen to it.
I was just about to say, do people even listen to us, or do we just talk to the void sometimes?
Dude, people listen and it's so crazy. And I'm grateful to all you guys, not even like to, get all professional and business like, but no, seriously, cuz it's a trip and it it makes me feel good. So, I really appreciate y'all. But today
Um,
is a oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to piggyback off that because I have similar sentiments.
Mm,
In the wise words of a content creator that I follow, never asked, always appreciated.
bro, it really is like it's that sums it up perfectly. So, guys, what you're seeing here is my recorded gameplay of Ruin Raiders. Now, this game at first glance looks like a very cartoony um, tactical turn based RPG. It at first glance, without really diving into it, it doesn't look like it has an extreme amount of depth. Like just being honest. But it is one of those games where it's what's the phrase, like simple but hard to master.
It's got like a steep learning curve.
I'm it it gets like it has a random
Oh wait,
influx of.
I know what it is. It's
Oh,
like
talk to me.
easy to learn, hard to master, I think,
There
right?
you go. That's the phrase. um Now, it is a perfect roguelike mix, like XCOM mixed with roguelite situation. um Not so much as in the verticality of XCOM, because XCOM, that's a whole nother element. The fact of like layers, second floor, third floor, like lower level, you know what I mean, like that's a whole nother element in itself. But with this game, the roguelite mechanic actually fits pretty well, and it creates a healthy amount of stress, and it forces you to make decisions long term. You know how with XCOM you can kind of leave it all on the line for a mission. Like, all right, well, as long as I can get everybody extracted. Well, here, extracting is leaving a bunch of stuff on the table and potentially missing out on a treasure room. Like, it's just like, well, just one more room. One more room. It like scratches that gambler's itch for sure. It's like, well, my bird character has one health but has a shield pack and a grenade, and an assault rifle. My rhino character has 3 extra shields, and they still have a fresh charge on their shield boosting ability. And my bulldog character just refreshed their 100% accuracy, and they have a grenade. So let's run one more room. One more room won't hurt. And you find yourself like really in those gambling moments, and you'll go into a room that'll have a treasure chest, and it'll have one enemy and or 2 enemies, and then you'll go into another room with nothing but like 5 enemies and like acid and fire bots and armor bots, which like you got to do extreme amounts of damage to. And I haven't, so I've only completed the first run, which I believe it took to ruin level 3, and then I came across the boss, beat the boss, and then it took me to a whole new environment, and then that's where I backed out because I had to go do family stuff. But before I keep going on this long rant and talking about my time with this game so far, I gotta say thank you to Freedom Games because they actually gave us a couple of codes. I know Johnny mentioned earlier that he didn't get a chance to play it, but he does have a code for this as well, and I'm hoping he checks it out because I feel like he'll definitely figure out a way to min max this game to oblivion. Um,
Oh yeah, big time. I plan on it. I just haven't had the time to sit down and give it the attention it deserves.
and like now, I will say I almost put the game away because I ran into a
No.
random bug and I had to fill out a bug report because it was like during the very first mission after training, and the way I play the game, well, originally the way I normally play tactical turn-based RPGs, I kind of spread my soldiers out, and then my tank guys, I kind of set them out in the middle as bait, and then I overwatch like crazy with the rest of my guys. Like I usually slow walk my way through missions. Well, when I maneuvered a certain way, and the enemy tried to pivot a certain way to move to, I guess, flank me, and it got into this like stuck animation to where they were trying to like flank around a box that was against the wall. So basically, the character was trying to move against the wall, and there was no way for me to like fast forward the situation. So it was just like stuck in enemy turn, and it happened twice. At the first time it happened, I was like, "Oh, it's just a random glitch, and all right, it happens." I'm not. I mean, I played Elder Scrolls for a good portion of my life, so I'm not stressing about it. So I backed out, jumped back in, especially since it was the first mission and nothing happened, or the first room. So I haven't picked up anything, or there was no loss. I went back and went to the exact same strategy, thinking it was a one-time situation, and the enemy did the exact same thing, and it turned into an endless loop of the enemy's turn. So I'm glad I gave it another shot and didn't just leave it there because I know plenty of people would have, especially it happening twice in a row the same way. Um, but once I decided to just try a different tactic and move past it, I hadn't ran into any other issues since that point. No like major crashes or anything like that outside of that. But there's a lot of strategy to this. Like, and it's it's way more fun than I thought it was gonna be. And
Yeah.
that's coming from somebody who's like heavily plays tactical grid based RPGs or squad based RPGs. I mean,
Mm.
Disgaea, XCOM, Final Fantasy Tactics. Like I play a lot of these games. Mercenaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Don't forget Elden Com and X Ring.
oh, Elden Common X-Ray. Oh god. But so based on hearing me rant about it for that long bit of time, what and then seeing the little well, I didn't even show you. I should probably show you the gameplay. But go ahead, Johnny. Let me see.
No, it definitely sounds fun because Baron I will allow him to be the undisputed king of XCOM, turn-based strategy games like that. Uh, I can give him a run for his money, but I have a feeling that he just knows it better than I do. Um, but it definitely sounds like fun. I mean, I'm looking at this gameplay now. I was, you guys had more information than I did, and it looks cool. Like, I'm always a big fan of, um, not every soldier being the exact same. I
Right?
mean, um, maybe on a proper battlefield that would be the case, but we're playing a video game here. We're meant to have fun, and I can't wait to have a whole squad of bulldogs at some point and just like turn one, snipe the whole enemy before they even get a chance to react.
Well, well, check this out. So the crazy thing is, there's a because the this is where the roguelike mechanic kicks in, right? So you'll go through a run. I've only had 3 runs at this point. You'll go through a
Pathetic.
run where you'll pick up like all the weapons will be in your favor. Like I got 2 arm cannons, I got a sniper rifle, and all the weapons look like Mega Man attachments. Like they're not actual guns; they're like arm attachments. So like right now, what you're seeing is the guy with a shotgun, the bird person with a pistol, and then I believe the bulldog has a pistol as well. Well, the thing that makes it, because like with all good roguelites at least, they set up a system of, hey, you struggled and you unlock certain things, so now you have access to make those things in the future. Well, you find these things called blueprints, and I've got a blueprint for a pistol. I've got a blueprint for, I don't know if I got one for an arm cannon or an assault rifle. The assault rifle is like a more advanced pistol in my opinion. It has a longer range. And then I got like med packs, this tracker item. It's like a grenade thing that lowers the defense of specific enemies. Grenades are properly OP in this game, which oftentimes I feel like grenades are nerfed, but in this game, no, grenades do what they're supposed to. Like they
Did they destroy
destroy
cover?
they destroy cover and cause damage. Like
Oh, perfect.
no, but right. Okay, because once again, folks, you're dealing with you have 2 people here who play a lot of these type of games, so something like that is not just a small thing. But did you see what just happened, Johnny? That is the biggest thing that made me extremely happy. You can fast travel to areas you've already been to within a
Yeah,
run.
kind of like yeah. It reminds me of like the I know, was it Zelda that pioneered that kind of like system, and then like other games such as like Darkest Dungeon and Binding of Isaac and
I
stuff, they did
I
it that
think
way too.
so. I think so, but I didn't play much of like any of the modern ones. But to me, that is such that was one of the first things that really stood out to me, and I was like, thank you, because it would be tedious as hell and to have to backtrack all the way through specific areas, and I could see myself getting lost, going the wrong way. So being able to just zoom out the map and get right to it. And then so another cool thing is their statuses. Like you can increase the chance to cause like stunning, fire damage, acid damage, poison damage. I'm trying to think what else. Those are the only ones I came across so far. I wouldn't doubt it if there was more. But this it it's a trip how much of a pleasant surprise. Like I keep saying that, and I really do mean it. Um, and it definitely has a look that it would do well on the Switch. I believe it is on Switch as well. The versions that we got were for PC. It plays well on PC. Like I said, I only had the one issue with the enemies, but this is a game that I will be spending a lot of random time with, and especially I'm actually looking forward to Johnny really diving into it so that I can get like a super strategy out of it. Um, like
Yeah.
like seriously,
No, that's how we do it. Like, as you may or may not remember, if you've watched the Bannerlord episode, we play a lot of the same games. And what happens is that I will like like dive into it whilst Baron is the filthy casual. And
yeah,
whilst I grind out the hours of like research and development, I just give the strategy to Baron and he wins.
yep. Like with Mountain Blade Bannerlord, 1,000% will defend a city or a castle with like 300 men against thousands. And it may take me like 4 hours in real time to actually win the battle, but we'll win. We'll rout the enemy. Thanks to Johnny. Look, thank you, Johnny. Army
We
built by
have more
Johnny.
we have more stones than they have men.
Do it. Throw the rocks. Throw it.
Um
But
a question because
yes.
you've played it, I have not. I know this is something easily answered if I booted it up myself, but something I've always wanted in these turn-based tactic games is like a tower mode where it's just like, here is your squad and just hold out as long as humanly possible until all of them are dead. Does this have it?
No, is there, dude? I'm shocked more don't have that.
The only one I know has something similar to that is Rebel Cops, but it's not exactly like
Ah,
a tower. It's just like a battle royale light, but against AIs. It's a little weird.
see, there's a I don't think it's your style, but Disgaea, they have the item world where you can infinitely climb and boost the stats of a specific item by fighting in the world of the item, and you can go on forever. I don't know if that forever is like a real forever or like is the number is just so ridiculous that look at all the stats, bro. Did you see all that? Um, there's it's like a lot of depth to it, and it's
It's it's so dense.
like you have accuracy, armor, defense, mobility, launch, resistance, and then when it comes to your weapons, you got damage, crit chance, crit damage, clip size, range. Oh, and reloading. I think reloading takes a AP action point, but swapping weapons doesn't, which made me extremely happy because I know
Yeah.
some games swapping a weapon it counts as an action. Um,
I personally I will fall in love with the first dev team that just reload your weapon in between turns.
bro, like that should be a boon. Like, hey, you made it through this turn with your weapon on E. Let me help you out,
Yeah. Like would you not just reload whilst like other people are doing things?
bro. This is see, it's the little stuff like that. Like I would even call it like the dev loves me mode. Um,
Yeah.
like make fun
Like
of it.
exactly. I guess the problem is like that would just as simple as that sounds would be stupidly overpowered in
It
this kind
really
of game.
would. It would borderline
Unless
turn it into like a real time strategy pause shooting game instead of a squad based tactical RPG. Oh,
yeah, I mean,
the saddest thing about this game is when the dog. I haven't went into battle with the cat yet, but when the dog gets shot, it like full on yelps, and it it sounds horribly sad and realistic. Like,
as as a cat person, I see no problem with that.
oh Lord, we're not gonna go there. Let's move on.
Uh Poor Mr. Bulldog. I mean, he's a combatant in a war zone.
I'm not gonna sit here and go down this road with you. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not gonna do this. I'm
Uh,
just not. Oh crap! Keep going. Fame.
Uh,
Fame just called me.
I've
Oh lord.
I've got your number, Major Bow Wow.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
but no, if Meteor Kitty Cat ever suffers a wound in my playthrough, that'll just be the game ender right there. Just instant straight to main menu. Um, man, uh, yeah, as I said, Baron is like the king of these kind of games. I just kind of I have a more passive enjoyment of them.
He
But
just
oh my
puts in
gosh,
almost like 1,000 more hours though.
only in Wasteland. I think that's the one I could actually beat you in.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Your character in my game is pretty badass. I think you're like tier 4 heavy weapons, and then you like keep a crazy pistol as well. So you're like running around with a flamethrower and like a ice missile launcher. Um,
Oh yeah, that weapon was weird.
yeah, and you shoot the frozen ferrets, and then you have
Oh yeah.
and then you got like the junkyard heavy duty armor with like the fire pistons out the side. I think you're literally my tank outside of my actual vehicle tank in Wasteland 3.
Yeah. Did you get the car man upgrade? Like I don't know
Oh,
what he was called.
yeah, the
Red
AI.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the AI.
Well, good, cause what's he do? I think he adds like +1 range to the attack or something.
Bro, and then what's that one what did you have me do? You had me try to capture uh America's Daughter. Um
Oh, because it can be done.
yeah, oh, wasn't it Colorado? What's his name? Um
Um. Like the governor or something.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
totally got
patriarch.
yeah, the patriarch. I totally got curb stomped by his daughter and her killer
Oh,
robots.
that encounter.
Yeah, that
It's
was
winnable.
horrible. I believe it. It's just I did not win it. Like, totally
Yeah, I think
winnable. I didn't do
the
it.
problem is I think you kind of need to expect like when it's gonna happen, and so you gotta like carry around like the EMP grenades or whatever they were,
Yeah,
like that
just
were like
like
the robots.
absolutely just obliterate all of her robots. Cause that's what did it, man. Or shrink them. I had a bunch of those like weird grenades um, from the mad scientist, the shrink grenades or the chaos
Oh,
grenades or whatever. I actually shrunk somebody's robot once. I forgot which fight I was in. Um, what else did I do? Like when I went and invaded the clown people and took
oh, I
the
hated
car
that
mount.
part.
That fight was kind of weird, bro. It was a difficult one, but I ended up going in through the side, I believe, and dismantling something. But
Yeah, I mean,
so rolling back to Ruin Raiders, right? It doesn't have, at least I haven't experienced those like, oh hey, here's this hidden way of doing this. But what's cool is there's random items that you got to look out for, and it kind of pushes you to pay attention to the random banter between the characters. Like they'll be talking crap to each other, like, "Oh, Max, you stink," or like they'll say cheesy stuff, or they'll be like, "Hey, did you hear that?" And you'll look around in that room wherever they said it, and it'll be a hidden item on the floor, and it'll have like a glowing speck, it'll like a almost like a flashing light type thing. Nothing too crazy, but like you could easily miss it if you're not looking for it. But another cool mechanic, like I was getting ready to quit. I was like, let me just back out. Everybody's got like one health. Let me take the crystals that I got and go and upgrade some gear so we can have a better run. And then that little gambler itch, right? Like these type of games
um,
cannot be good for people with like habits, bro. Like it's just that like, oh, just one more room,
un more.
un more. No, um, but I walked into another room and that took me to another area, and then it ended up being an item generator. So the item generator
Ooh.
is where you take your green crystals. I think they're called Ethereums or something like that. I forgot the name of them. But you actually take those, and for a certain price or a certain amount, you can end up crafting whatever items you have blueprints for. And then this guy is a giraffe that randomly hides in the ground, which makes you question how deep this place is. And it's a hidden store. And a lot of these places, or at least all of these places, are random. Like some one run, I didn't see him. I don't know if he's there in every run, and I just didn't reach him yet. But it just look at his face, bro. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about that. Mr. Draftman, he
Mm,
doesn't have arms, and it's just his head poking through a grate. You could just steal everything and walk out, and he wouldn't be able to stop you.
that's honest to God. That's what I was kind of thinking. Not gonna lie to you.
Devs,
Um.
put in like laser turrets.
Oh, look, defense,
You
defense.
know, give us like a visible deterrent.
Like, make me feel threatened. Like, there's no way that this random giraffe. And then you got to think, like, who's helping him? Like, who's his assistant? Like, is he running the store on his own? So is it a matter of like him picking up the things with his tongue and then putting it out there? Um, like, there's more questions than answers.
My immersion is just truly broken. I think more lore needs to be established on Giraffe Man.
Giraffe Man needs a whole backstory and DLC.
Yeah,
No.
but I don't know his name. The guy from Zelda. It's like, oh, I don't do credit.
Oh, the
Um,
freaking the. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
he was intimidating. You couldn't steal from him.
Just a bully. Just a
I know.
total bully. I.
Don't you want to
uh,
save the world?
bro, did I ever tell you? Oh, so this is the hub area where like each of these stations is upgradable. This is basically like the ship on XCOM. Um,
Okay.
each station is upgradable. You get to select your squad, and um, as you can see, everybody has different abilities. So the bird people, they have this ability that'll grant an extra action point to a party member in their radius who's already used all their points. So like, let's say all of a sudden a wall gets destroyed in front of one of your friends, and you're trying to get them out of danger. Then you have the rhino. The rhino actually has an ability to get 3 points of armor, which is clutch because especially the way I play, like I legit tank them. So this is the blueprint station that I was telling you about, where you get to craft certain items, and you got to use your cores, or not your cores. You got to use the crystals in order to craft them. So of course, med kits, are life. But then there's other stuff that you come across. Like I haven't gotten to a point where I felt the absolute need to craft different weapons or weapon. What is the like different parts to increase the damage or skills of your weapons, and then you have these cores, and the cores level you up so you get access to more skills or masteries. And
Okay.
hopefully yeah, so here it is. Like it's got a lot of depth to it.
Yeah,
And then what
it's obvious that they've put a lot of thought into it.
and it's crazy because I thought I would have been a little more butthurt because I normally don't play roguelites. It's not I out of all the genres, it's down towards the bottom, right? Like it's usually not my thing. Even though you would think I would, because it kind of fits with my current lifestyle, the kids, this and that and the third,
Oh,
not being able to game like I want to.
uh-huh.
Um, so you think the roguelite would kind of fit, but normally I avoid it. But here it fits. It actually meshes kind of well, and it doesn't feel like not cumbersome. What's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel like too much of a hassle. I feel like each run I'm getting something out of it, and then they even have this. They have this bank where you can store your crystals. But you, of course, you need crystals in order to upgrade to get access to store your crystals. So, I decided to unlock a new species, which were the cats, instead of upgrading that. So the next thing I'm gonna do is buy the bank, and then after I buy the bank, I'm gonna make it to where I can rank up my people to level 3. Because currently the max level my people can get to is 2. You have to rank up your store, one of your stations back at the hub area, in order to give your people the access to level up past the current max, which is 2.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about that one, but it's an
It's
interesting thought.
first. It's it adds it's definitely adds more to do. Like, I'll tell you what, I haven't felt hindered yet, so that's why it isn't a headache. But I can see it becoming a headache.
Yeah. I can picture it now. Sorry, Sergeant. What does that say? Bingo?
Yeah, I do have somebody named Bingo, and it's funny because I
Yeah.
have a clip where I got a crazy kill with him, and I was like, I gotta do Bingo. Was his name? Oh,
Nice. But Major Bingo, you've earned a promotion. Unfortunately, we don't have the headquarters set up, so we can't give you it right now. But you, it's just like what? Like,
yep.
sir, I've just learned how to do backflips out on the field. You can't apply that knowledge yet.
Well, you will run into that. Like, you'll come across gear you can't use because you don't have the station, and your people aren't don't have the ability to use advanced gear yet. So they do make it to where there's a grind, um, a quote unquote manufactured grind, but it hasn't hindered me from progressing. Like I said, I beat the first boss. I kind of I beat him when I shouldn't have beat him, but because of my strategy of like making sure to keep my tank super powered and alive, it definitely made it a lot easier. Oh, dude, I just had my rhino out front, right, like borderline right in front of the enemy, the boss, in order to for him to take all the aggro. And then I had my bird with a sniper rifle, and I had it was an Overwatch situation. So anytime the boss moved, he was getting hit with the sniper rifle. Then my bulldog had an arm cannon, which would break down armor, and he's just like tanking away. And it's crazy because any heavy weapons, you can't move and shoot. So I always make sure to have, if one of my soldiers has a heavy weapon on them, I always make sure that they have like an assault rifle or a pistol attached, so that they can swap and actually shoot on the go if they need to. But bro, it was like a perfect cheese situation where I like locked them in a. It was like a diamond, like a triangle formation, and we were just like plinking away at them, and we destroyed the boss. It felt good. I recorded it. It's not in this recording that you guys are seeing here, but I definitely recorded it.
Then the devs are gonna see it, and then they're gonna patch the method that you used, and it's like an
Well,
exploit.
you know what? I'm not gonna post it then, cause no, cause I shouldn't have won that fight. 1,000% shouldn't have won. I had no med packs. My bird was at 2 health. My dog was at 1 health and a shield. Only person who was max health was my rhino, and that's because I kept, before any engagement, I would make sure to use his three boosting shield ability, and then I gave him a couple of items that added to shield. So there was a point in time where he had like 5 shields on top
Oh,
of,
jeez.
yeah. So like, anytime you shot, if you didn't break the shields, you would have to do more than 5 damage in order to break me.
I'm just brainstorming here. It would be interesting if they had like, is there like a stun or like a way to have enemies skip turns?
Um, so far I've seen blind. Oh, there you go. That was another status effect. Blinding. Um, blinding. The stun effect that I've seen, I've used. What happens is they can still move. It just seems like they couldn't shoot. Like my characters
Oh,
haven't been stunned yet, so I don't know what it necessarily does to somebody as a player. But for the enemies, they don't engage in any form of action or combat. They just move. Now the
I was just
blinding
thinking
though,
like
that gets
super
ridiculous.
OP. Yeah.
Oh, it like I thought it was gonna be one of those like, oh, roll the dice type situations. Like I should still be able to do some form of damage or attack. Nah, it I shot and I like destroyed my own barricade, my own defense.
You you
Now
have
one
no power here.
basically, I think this actually might be it, the mission where I got stunned. Well, one thing I will say is within this run, and this is of course with most roguelites, yeah, they're procedurally generated, so at some point you're going to see a lot of the same like design. You may not see the same enemies, or they may not be in the same placements, but I've been in this type of room with this type of setup, just with different enemies at least 2 or 3 times. Once again, not completely like, oh my god, because you're talking to a guy who plays Disgaea, XCOM. You know what I mean? Like, so I know about areas looking very similar in function and structure. Um,
How would you say the enemy variety is then? In that since we're in that sphere.
so far, what you're seeing here, you're seeing a drone, a broken heart bot, a broken heal bot, a fire bot, acid bot, armor bot. Um, I've seen, and then the boss. So far, I want to say I've came across like 6 or 7 different enemy types.
Mm.
Um, which for the first run through of an area, I think that's not bad. I'll let you guys know. I'll give you an update later about what that looks like in different regions. I don't know how many different regions there are going to be, but so far I don't know how many bosses there'll be or how many different area types. But the next one looked like this one being like an abandoned technological ruin. The next one looked like I want to say it was like a desert, like desert oasis tomb type thing.
Yeah, I mean isn't that what showed up on the like the central screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'm expecting good things from this for sure. I'm convinced it'll probably be a fantastic title.
I'm ready for you to. I'm ready for you to break it. Honestly,
I was already brainstorming because if there's a stun that makes it skip turns, right?
Yep.
Nobody gets an action. It's just, like it passed right through it in the turn order. What if there was a status effect on you that's like heals you plus 3 health per turn or like plus 5 armor per
Ooh.
turn, right? And because the game skips you, there could be a chance that like the game isn't like working correctly and that it's still giving you that extra health because you didn't take a turn, the status effect doesn't wear off. So but like in the
Oh, because it
background
didn't
it's still
technically count.
calculated.
Yeah, it didn't count as a turn for you.
Devs don't patch that if it exists, but that
You
was my
know.
first thought.
You know what? Oh, man, damn, that's a good one. I wonder. Oh, one thing that was also cool is not the ability to knock people out of Overwatch.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, like it's the because once again, folks, we really do play a lot of these type of games. Like I know for sure I do, and I know Johnny has put mad hours. See, there you go. That was a secret little marker, little area. Pick up different items, and then there's lore. I haven't read any of it. Of course, you know me. I'm just going in and trying to loot and shoot. Um, but there's lore, And then like look at this setup. So here it is. They drop me off right in front of a droid bot, and then next to an explosive barrel, and then that explosive barrel is right next to all three of my people. So you really do get thrown in random situations that sometimes work in your favor and sometimes not.
All of it just works.
It just works. Um, but yeah, it's the little things in this game that truly I truly enjoyed, and I wonder. Oh, um, another point before we move on from this because we don't have to talk about this the whole time. But the crystal drop rates is reasonable. Like the grind is there, but it doesn't feel ridiculous. You know how some games it's like, oh, you want to unlock this upgrade? Go ahead and spend 5 hours playing the game. Like it, I felt like if I really aimed for it without doing any like on the field upgrades of weapons and gear and buying items, like just doing run through after run through, I think after maybe an hour, I could
Mhm.
upgrade something major. And within that hour, I'm finding blueprints. I'm finding more crystals. So who knows? I may even mess around and have a good run and be able to get two upgrades. So I felt like that was something fair that they could have definitely abused and they didn't, and I'm grateful for it.
Infinite power at your fingertips.
The power, the ultimate power. But yeah, so bro, I know you've been busy, but what games have you been playing?
Well, I know definitely my Emoto hugger. She'll make fun of me for this, but I actually have the most games in a rotation that I've had in a while. So
Oh,
I'm playing three right now.
oh
I'm
snaps!
playing State of Decay 2. I didn't play it until like a couple weeks ago, so I've been having to play catch up.
Very fun
Um,
game.
I've been playing The Sims because I watched
Oh,
two YouTube videos on it, and it just like was convinced me to re-download it. And the bread and butter of my of my gaming experience is Hearts of Iron 4. But I'm playing
ooh,
the Fallout mod because it just had a big update, and it's like the point five release, I think, or point four. I don't remember, but a lot of cool stuff. Um,
dude. That so The Sims, right? What's the craziest thing that happened to you in The Sims?
me going to the store page and realizing it's literally $1,000 for all the DLC.
Mm, that is true. This is a fact. Um,
I mean,
talk about waiting
for
for a
anybody
summer sale.
surprised, yeah, for real. If anyone's surprised, don't be because it is EA. That's all I'll say.
True. This is
They
very true.
they They have all of their cows out in the yard, and they're about nothing but, bones at this point, but they're still producing milk. Um, Funnily enough, they just announced like last week that the new game pack is coming out. They did the weddings one, and now it's werewolves, man. Because the vampire one that they did went over fantastically.
Oh, so your team Jacob is what you're telling me.
I'm not on anyone's team because I enjoy good movies. I'm just kidding. Um I,
Wow.
I it is a jest. I don't actually own either of the DLCs. One's not out and one's like $40, so
You
I've
don't want to
passed on
be.
both for now.
You don't want to be a vampire sim.
Well, you where you get immortality, you have to trade it for the classic no sunlight and you just look like a prune. And I don't quite want to look like a prune. Um,
The mods,
I
Johnny.
had,
Think of the mods.
there already is another way for immortality. Yeah, I mean mods is a thing, but all you have to do is just do enough. um, What are they called? Aspirations.
Mm,
Which are like those little goals that you work towards, and you just earn like
I have to
Fountain
clip
of Youth
that.
potions.
That was easily the funniest thing ever. What are those things called? Aspirations.
I don't have any of those myself. You know, I have to live like vicariously through the king.
You can live, you can live longer, live a happy life if you just, reach those little things called. That was the saddest, funniest thing I've ever heard. Oh, he's like, those little things called aspirations. It's no big
Yeah.
deal.
One of the aspirations is to like live a successful love life, which I think is just impossible, you know.
Oh Lord.
Um, why doesn't
So,
anybody want the sweaty gamer?
what do you mean I have to leave my house once a day? What?
Forget that. I can tolerate that. You want me to shower on a daily basis?
What? Soap? Deodorant? Hygiene? Oh
Is
my
that like
god.
do I have to use mana to take a shower?
Like, how many action points is this to actually bathe?
I don't
What do you
know. This
mean?
sounds more like a debuff than a buff.
Like, what do you mean? I thought by me having the odor, it was like a defense. It gave me +2 to human interaction.
I I I resist your charms.
Why are my charisma stats so low?
You can't tempt me. I'm a paladin. Bane busts through the door with his Hulk costume. We're playing
Oh.
Dungeons and Dragons. He didn't get invited, so he hulks out and just it
Oh.
really puts us in an uncomfortable
a
position.
a fame definitely did a cutout of the Hulk smash gloves so he has them on while he's playing the Avengers.
He's like, because I guess he plays with the team, right? And then like the healer isn't doing great. The gloves come on. Damn it! Why aren't you healing?
Oh, fame smash! Oh god.
Frame smash.
Oh, we gotta clip this. Oh god.
I didn't say
Oh,
that.
fame smash. Oh, bro. I
Anything you hear is hearsay.
Right? It's all fake news. Hey, but no lie, I love making fun of him. I'm happy that there's other. I'm assuming other people playing the game. He makes it sound like there's a lot of people he plays Marvel's Avengers with. But
He probably found like one other person in the matchmaking, and that was it.
bro, okay, sad story. The game Tenchu Z on Xbox 360. I remember I found my copy and I booted it back up and I went into the multiplayer and I was like, okay, find random match. And then I jump into a world and there was one dude kind of just like standing on top of a building. And I was like, this is kind of awkward. So let me just find another match. And it just kept dropping me back off in the world with this guy. And so there was one dude in the whole world playing the game. And he's like just sitting there.
You
And
leave.
and he was just sitting there looking so creepy. Like I've never felt uneasy being around, like seeing something in game like that wasn't like a body horror game or anything. Like it just, I was like, this guy's weird. I was
It's like me having to talk to women. Who is this
oh,
stranger in my
oh,
realm?
oh.
It was not foretold you would be here.
Oh my god. Oh, look at this guy. He tried to get me again, and I was like, no, no, no. I'm not buying nothing. I'm starting to be weary of the giraffe guy now. Like you've definitely made me look at him a little different.
Well,
Um,
what's he hiding down there besides the
yeah,
rest of his body?
yeah. I don't know, man. He's got the good loot down there.
What if you
Oh,
use like your ability to find like those hidden objects, right? And then it's like you find like that little like spark or something on a wall. You click on it, and the it's like a penguin controlling it, and it's just a giraffe head.
Oh, I feel like you just spoiled the end of the game.
Well, I said I didn't play it, but I actually have like 200 hours in it, so
Like I go look
that's
at a
plenty.
Steam account and it's like holy hellfire. Um,
Don't look at my Steam. I didn't. I wasn't playing House Party.
yeah, whoa, 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 dark times, dark times. But no, dude.
I set my
So
account to private for a reason.
so I used like The Sims, right? I want to say
Mm.
the last time I played The Sims, this it was probably back in the days of like going to like internet cafes and like the park, because our park had a little arcade room, so it had a PC, actually two PCs, and then they had a actual golden axe, the old school golden axe arcade cabinet with like unlimited play. So it was just like everybody was on. Remember what was it like bonus.com?
Oh
And
yeah,
then
nice. Yeah.
yeah, dude, I used to play the hell out of those games, those flash games.
I went to a different site that I think was like not exactly safe. So
Oh, talking about Newgrounds.
no, it was called Ancon.
Oh, I don't know what that is. That sounds dangerous.
I mean, it hadn't really. It was fun.
I bet it
But
was.
looking back, it was probably extremely dodgy.
Oh Lord. Okay, best. What was the best flash game or web browser game that you for those? Because we're aging ourselves. Because Flash literally died. What was it like 5 years ago? Like they killed Flash. Did they? Yeah, I think Flash is dead. But Johnny, best Flash game. Are you muted? Can you hear me? We lost Johnny. Uh oh. Uh oh. Ground control to. This is Major Tom. Well, guys, we're almost at that time. Johnny is mysteriously disappeared. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the saying. But before I do the magical saying, I want to say thank you to Freedom Games. Really appreciate you guys for giving us a couple of codes of Ruin Raiders. We'll be creating some more content around this game. If you're into roguelites and tactical RPGs, I'd definitely say check it out. It's up on Steam. There's been updates and whatnot. It's definitely worth checking it out. And make sure to get all your gaming news from LV1Gaming.com, and make sure to subscribe. If you're watching this, please, especially if you're to this point, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all our content. We have the Summer Games Fest coming up. There's going to be a lot of content. We got the Gorilla Collective, Black Voices in Gaming, the Xbox Showcase, Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. All of these things are popping up, and we're gonna be live covering as much of it as possible, if not all of it. So make sure to stay tuned there, turn on your notifications. But since Johnny is not here to say it, believe the elves, uh, and be weary of the Empire. He's not gonna be happy with that, but that is the truth. I'm Baron J67. That was Johnny, man. And this has been Ruin Raiders and us talking about our crazy experiences with it. Much love. Peace.